All right, welcome everyone back to the Los Angeles Angels series. As you can see, we are in free agency. I think after winning back to back, I have a feeling we might win three back to back. I think after this season, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna wrap up this series on YouTube and start something else. I'm really interested to see um how good I can keep this team for how long, but I'm gonna do that off camera. Um, I want like a real challenge. I want something that's going to take a while to to get a good team together with a way for me not to get fired rebuilding an expansion team or something like that. So I think after this series, what we're going to do is we're going to play this whole season, this off season. I'll show you um, the additions that I've made or the people that I've offered to. Mr. Ortega here wanted $3.2 million. I think we're gonna do this. He's an international free agent type guy. Um, Emmett Sheehan, we picked up off of waivers. A really good guy on waivers. I don't know why he was listed on waivers, but we picked him up. We offered Elias Diaz. Um, that way we could have a captain, a high leader, high loyalty, high adaptability, high work ethic, and high intelligence guy. This is a guy that I might look. This would be a guy that would be great on a rebuilding team just to get better play out of. He would be great to have on a rebuilding team. Um, I think that's it. The rest are just minor league contract guys. Nothing too important, honestly. So we're not going to really make any additions at all. We're not even going to really hit the waiver, the Rule 5 or anything like that. We're gonna do our international signings in the off season. I'll show you guys that, and then we're just gonna roll through this season. We're gonna cut this series here. I know I promised that I would get 5 World Series, but the way that we're shaping up, I know with how deep the system is right now and how good these guys are, I know that we could easily rattle off 10, like 6 or 7 in 10 years, knowing how OOTP works. And this team's just going to get better. As you can see, our AAA is loaded. Double A, we got a 3.5 star guy just sitting there that we're not even using. You see the rookie league team. This is the high A team. I mean, you're just when you look, you know that this team is set up for success all around the place. And I just want to do a different challenge. Trout and Otani made it really easy. Honestly, all I knew all I had to do was just trade for pieces around them, and it would be really easy. So I think next year, what I'm gonna, or in the next one, I'm gonna set up an expansion like how Old School Sports did at the end of this season. We'll go through the stats and everything of everybody on the team. Let's go ahead and sim to let me make sure I ran because I'm planning on playing this off camera, honestly, to see what can happen. But let me make sure that I have ran all of my practice. Okay, I have. So we're gonna go ahead and sim to the Rule 5. Like I said, really with how the team is positioned right now, I don't even have to make an addition for us to win ball games. It honestly is how I feel with how this team's built. I just wanted to show you guys how fast you can turn the Los Angeles Angels or really any team. I mean, I really think I could really do this with any team and turn them into a winner pretty fast. Now, Oakland would take longer. A team like Oakland or somebody like that would take longer. Or maybe the Pirates would take a long time to get it kind of functioning and get it to roll out prospects after prospects after prospects. Um, because when you start winning, usually your owner will give you more and more budget. Just read through all of these. It's whatever. Our Rule 5 draft, let me protect some of the guys that I know I'm going to want to keep. If they're not 3.5 star, I'm not going to bother to protect them if they're Rule 5 eligible. Let's just look real quick what we have here available. I know I'm going to lose players, so I'm not too fussed about it. I do want to keep Acuna. Um, again, a Braves homer, so of course I'm going to want to keep Acuna. if I can. All right, Rule 5 draft. Unless there's like somebody that's unbelievable, I'm not gonna bother with anything here. So let's go ahead and start the draft. I may not even show like any of this. I might just do my intro and all that. See, this is what I'm getting at. I mean, we're at a point now to where you can build a winner so fast in this game because, like, well, he wouldn't be that great. He wouldn't be amazing. Uh, like this guy right here, this guy would have a ton of strikeouts. I mean, you see the 327 in his short time spent there. I mean, this could start for you on the back on the front end of the pin of the back end of the rotation. Like 21-year-old Emmanuel Rodriguez, like this guy has no reason being on the Rule 5 draft at all. You can see that there. Um, Ortega here, like this would be a really good shortstop for you to draft. He wouldn't bat that well, but his defense would play above your average. Danny Bentley here, I mean, this is another guy, a slider sinker mix, who could be really good in your pen. He's an international free agent signing in 2023. Um, I mean, I'm just showing you guys just some examples. This guy wouldn't be terrible. He wouldn't be great. Um, that's why, like, for me, for a Rule 5, unless it's somebody like this, well, not even Hayden Younger, he's a fly ball pitcher. Was it Duran that was a fly ball? He was a fly ball too. Who was the one that was a ground ball pitcher? I'm trying to show you guys real quick. Like, if you got six of these guys in your bullpen, six of these of a type like Ronnie Henrique or Henrique, whatever his name is, I don't really care at this point. Um, you see the time as a professional is 5 years. Um, minor league options, he has one left. I'm trying to look for his arbitration stuff. Major league service is 1 year, so this guy would be on. You have 5 years of control left on him, and it's just an easy. I mean, that's a no brainer. Like somebody like Brandon Lewis, just get a power guy and hopefully flip him for value later. If that's something you wanted to do, or like Rodriguez, this would be a great left fielder, for example. You bump him to left field after you draft him, and this is a franchise left fielder for nothing. So it's just what I'm trying to show you guys. I mean, there's so many ways to get players in this game. It's all about talent acquisition. And the faster you can do that, the better you can be. Aaron Ashby's a great starter to pick up if you're struggling. Um, and yeah, that's about all I've got. The Braves won in real life against the Angels, so that's good. Um, I am just gonna sim this. There's no point um, in me doing anything. A team that was being like a team that was filled out wouldn't really get any of those guys, but a team that sucks, if your team sucks, or like for me, I don't really even need anybody in my bullpen at this point. But like those guys would be great ways to build up. See, Kirsten here, Hura just went. I didn't even know I had this guy um on our team, so it's a big loss for me, right? So we're gonna go ahead and sim to the mm, I might sim to the international free agent signings and just offer the best player there, and then leave. Well, not really. I'm just trying to get through this so I can talk about the next series that we're going to try to start um, in the first episode of that series. We'll kind of break down what we're doing and everything like that. The idea came from somebody on Reddit, and I saw Old School Sports do it. So I'm going to get the Reddit guy's name, and I'm going to give a shout out to Old School Sports for how they set the suspension up. I really like it that way. Um, Honestly, you can sim pretty fast through a whole season if you're not trying to make any trades or anything. Really, that's what I would do. I would set my system up, get my trainer, fill out coaching personnel as I found good coaches. I think that would be something that would be smart to do. to get really good coaches as they come available instead of just trying to get uh guys. But the scouting director would be the most important thing. Get a guy who highly favors tools. Most if this information, if you watch Sergeant Mushroom, you can get all this information from him. But I'm just kind of reiterating it in hopefully a different way, so a way that you can pick up on, in a way that you can make your moves. I will cut back when we're back to the regular season, guys. I will see you in a few minutes. Peace. Okay, guys, we are back. We just played okay, 111-5. Otani with a 5.14 ERA. We're gonna go ahead and sim to the first year player draft. Um, I'm not as confident. We had some regression in our rotation and things like that, so I'm not as confident in us repeating again. Could I be wrong? Definitely. Am I a little worried about how we're gonna look after the first month of the season? We always start off hot, but I'm a little worried about how we're gonna look after the first month of the season and things like that. But I will be back with you guys. What do you mean it can't be? Okay, it's gonna be retarded. I thought he did clear away. Gosh. All right, we're just gonna release them. Our team's loaded enough; it won't be that big of a deal. This is the last year of the live stream. I may not keep it going, honestly, after this year. All right, guys, we're gonna send to the first year player draft. I'll be back with an update at the first year player draft. All right, guys, just to prove my point, we're at the trade deadline. The draft sucked. Wasn't going to bother showing you guys that. But as you can see, Acuna's back on track. Trout's back on track. Otani's having a great year. Mark Ventos is playing pretty bad, but he's got a chance to pick it up. O'Neal Cruz is having a good year. Arroyo's having a solid year. Merle is struggling a little bit. Pablo Dino, or whatever his name is doing just fine. Estoy Ruiz, another good year from him, on pace for a 6.4 WAR. Get yourself an Estoy Ruiz, everybody, in a sim somewhere. Otani is putting up MVP numbers again. He is at a 3 batter WAR and a 3.9 pitching WAR. Um, man, he's got a chance to do better than what he did last year. As you can see, big three are carrying us a little bit, but Cruz and Ruiz have played really well for us. The starting rotation isn't doing bad. Johan Adon, we put into the rotation this year, and he has gotten even better. And as you can see, he's becoming a really, really solid starter for us in the 5 spot. Um, See, we have some injuries. They're not serious. That's why I haven't moved them. We're pending King's injury, torn fingernail for Lazardo. Apparently, that's nothing too big. Nothing really to worry about. Too major to worry about on that one. Um, we still got help coming if we really needed it. I don't think we do, but it's there if we actually need it. As you guys can see, uh, our guys are really starting to develop. Actually, better than I thought they were going to. Chase Petty is somebody that could come up for us if we really needed to in a pinch. As you can just see, it's just such a loaded system. It's honestly ridiculous at this point how loaded the system is. High A, you see guys that are starting to develop, and even low A, it's a really good low A team. Um, Even the rookie league team isn't bad in some places, and then the DSL rookie team. Ooh, oh wow. Miras looks like he was a good side in there, everybody. Low intelligence is a little worrisome, but it's whatever. So that is that. Those two injuries weren't major. Brian Abreu is out for 3 to 4 weeks with a calf strain, but it's okay. We're so deep that all we did was call up. Where is he? I know he's here somewhere. Oh, all we did was call up Steven Cruz, who's let me see, hasn't been bad with a 2.25 ERA. But I think that's we're gonna leave it like that. I am gonna check the trading blocks at this point. Um, I don't think there's really anything we can do to get better unless there is somebody willing to just give up a really good pitcher to help us out. Um, a really good starter, I should say, on the trading block, which I doubt. But we will see. Checking the trading blocks here. Um, Mr. Cortez is available. Do I just want to make it unfair and just get a really good starting rotation again? I mean, the rotation's already really good. Well, I ain't getting him. Be a waste. 4 days on Lorenzen, who's had a 2.9. It's actually pretty impressive for Lorenzen. I wouldn't expect that out of him. Yeah, all in all, I'm not really too. I'm not going to worry about it too much. How much did they re-sign him for? 6.5. Probably should have signed him. That's whatever. Boy, I don't get why Cosman's. I'd be starting him, not closing him if I paid 23 million for him. I'm not really interested in anybody here, so we're not gonna make any moves. I will see you guys at the well. Mm, he's not that great. Not with the fly ball tendency. That kind of puts me off. I was going to though. Let's check all players. See, this is where the waiver wire just gets dumb sometimes. Oh well, we're not gonna worry about it too much. All right, guys, I will be right back. When we get to the post. All right, guys, I'm sorry. I was recording for 10 minutes, ran the whole season in 10 minutes. The off season and everything. We lost in the World Series to the San Diego Padres. We lost the series 3-1. Um, this is one of those things where it's a bad end to how I wanted to end the series. Um, Somebody hit talent change randomness, didn't they? I get so sidetracked in these. That's good though. Guy I drafted hit a talent change randomness and it's beneficial. Yeah, makes it look like I actually know how to draft. I really don't, but there's that. What about this guy? Where did this guy even come from? I don't even know where this guy came from. Oh well, whatever. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is the end of the episode. I'm sorry to let you guys down and not show off the playoff run and everything. As you can see, we had a really good year. Ruiz with about a 5 WAR. Acuna had a 6. Otani was at a 9. Trout was at a 8 something. Cruz was at a 5. Ventos was at like a point 0.2. Honestly, it's probably the weakest part of our team was our first baseman. He's at a point 0.4, sorry. Arroyo was a 4.5. Elindo was a point 0.5. It's not that great. Catcher was pretty bad. And Jackson Merle was a 2.5. Rotation one, really solid rotation. And yeah, that's about it. The bullpen let us down, that's for sure. I think I've said it multiple times, so it's whatever. I won't keep reiterating it. But we built a really good team in 3 years. Our record as a manager was 299 to 187. I wish we could have just won one more game to get to the 300 mark in 3 years, averaging about 100 wins a season, managing the Los Angeles Angels, as you can see there. Went to the World Series 3 times, won it twice. Um, yeah, it's just honestly, I mean, this team was about as good as what we had been producing. It wasn't as good in the runs department, but it wasn't near as bad as 2023. So it's whatever. I mean, it's just a random kind of luck of the draw on that, honestly. But I think we did everything that we set out to do. I didn't win 5 World Series like I said I was going to. We won 2. Probably should have won 3. Man, could you imagine if I said we were going to win 5 World Series and I did it in 5 years? That'd be pretty amazing. Honestly, probably should have won Manager of the Year again. I know we lost in the World Series, but we made it to the World Series, and the team that beat us was the Padres. So I would assume we will win it again for the third time. I'm not gonna go into that. I'm gonna leave it right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really want to keep playing this off screen, but I want to do a long-term save with you guys. Something we're not as successful and we're building up. You're getting to know the players on the major league level that are trying to contribute and trying to kind of save it. I know I got an affection for Freddie Freeman during the early times where the Braves were just bad in like 2017 and 2018, and I just started to love Freddie Freeman because he stuck around and he was willing to do whatever it took to win. To win, he even went to third base so Matt Adams could play first base. Like he tried to play third. I mean, that's like who does that, you know? And I fell in love with like Freddie Freeman as a teenager, and as I got older, you know, it just became a better, just a player that I liked to watch and enjoyed. You know, one of my favorite players in Major League Baseball at the time, and still is honestly. I don't like the fact he's on the Dodgers. In fact, I hate the Dodgers because they believe that they can spend as much money as they want and win. Is that where the Braves are heading if we keep winning? Probably. We have really good contract signings though with our best players. Like this Acuna contract is ridiculous. 17 million for a kid who puts up this kind of numbers in real life. This is what he's putting up in real life, if not better, with the RBIs, and he's probably going to have more than 59 stolen bases on the season. He's at 51 right now in real life. I mean, Ronald Acuna is one of the best players in baseball, and everyone knows it. And the Braves are going to pay him a max of $17 million throughout his entire contract, which will go all the way to his, what is he? He's 27 now. It goes all the way to his age 30 contract. So you have him until 2028. So the Braves have Acuna for 5 more years at 17 million. And who knows? Maybe he'll come back for the same thing. I don't know. He doesn't strike me as a player that wants 40 million. He enjoys playing the game. So, from what I can tell so far. So, as a Braves fan, I want to keep them, and I rambled on just to add a little extra time to this video. I'm so sorry about these short guys, but this is going to be the end of the Los Angeles Angels series. We will drop this episode. What's today? Tuesday. We'll drop this episode on Thursday. We will drop Draft to Glory on Friday. Episode 4. Episode 3 comes out or came out the day before you're seeing this one, and then I will set up the expansion and things like that and try to describe how we're going to do the expansion. I don't know what team I'm going to do yet. I also don't know the minor league teams that we're going to use yet, but I will start looking things up and do some research on that. Thank you guys so much for watching this series. This is the first series of many. This is going to be a little bit of a mini series, is what we've decided to do, and just kind of cut it off after 3 seasons. You know, I think it's boring just, winning over and over again for 100 win seasons. I just wanted to show that it's possible for you guys to turn a team around really fast, especially if you have two of the best players in baseball and you add the third best player in baseball, in my humble opinion, in real life. So I'm not biased at all, says the Atlanta Braves fan. Actually, he's probably the second best. Ronald Acuna is probably the second best player in all of baseball in real life, with Trout being hurt. Tatis had an amazing year. Soto started off slow, and Acuna is probably the second best player in all of baseball. So really, we had the three best players in all of baseball. With the years they put up, Acuna is the third best player in baseball. But if he was on another team, he would have had 100+ RBIs with with the 3 home runs with a 308 average. It's just he's batting second for us. Like I really think Acuna would have been better served in the 4 spot or in the 5 spot and put maybe Merle or maybe even just O'Neal Cruz there or somebody there in the 2 spot and just made it even deeper of a lineup. But it's whatever. The Oakland Athletics suck. But Warner Blakely has turned into a really amazing prospect for them, and I traded him. It's actually kind of fun looking at these teams. I need to stop. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry that I rambled on this last episode of the Los Angeles Angels series. This is probably going to be the worst episode of the whole series. So I have to apologize for that. But in the next series, I hope that it'll be very entertaining. I hope my Draft to Glory goes for a little while as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, like I've said multiple times. And remember to tell that loved one in your life that you love them and that what they do is not unappreciated, even though you may not tell them all the time. And have a good rest of your day when you watch this, and have a good night as well. Peace.